Alright, today I am tackling probably the most annoying thing about ShovelHead exhaust, and that is the single bolt flange, and everyone always strips the fucking thread out. So in this video I'm going to go through and weld this thing up and tap the correct thread back in it. Usually what you find with these things, they start life as a 5/16 UNC, I'm pretty sure, and then instead of using studs, everyone just uses bolts, and then they over tighten the bolts or in and out that many times it just fucks the aluminium, and then they just keep tapping it out to bigger sizes. This one is almost to like a 1/2 inch, so it is huge. So today I'm going to knock over and fix up all 4 of these heads that all have the same issue, and basically the only way there is to do that the right way. I'm sure I've done it before where the head is still on the engine, and I've machined up an adapter that goes from like a 1/2 inch neck down to a 5/16. Sure, if the engine's assembled you can do that, but I've got the heads off these engines to rebuild them. I might as well fix them the right way. So I'm going to grind all this out, get right in there and weld this up, and then I'm going to show you a little tool that I have to re-drill the holes and then tap the right thread. So let's get into cutting these things up. Alright guys, let me take 30 seconds out of this video to tell you about my new Fieldworks chopper shirts. I just got these things back in stock. If you want to help support the channel, hit the link in the description below or the little banner up here. Thanks in advance for the support, it's greatly appreciated. Let's get back to the video. Alright, so basically what needs to happen here, we need to grind out all this side so we can get in there and weld this back up. Welding aluminium is not like steel. You can't just get in here with a MIG and plug weld this thing up. It won't take, and all the crap in the threads is just not gonna weld up very nicely. So I'm gonna come through and grind all the top of this out. You can see this one's already had a little bit of a repair there, so it's gonna happen again. Grind all this out, and then we're gonna weld it up, and then, like I said, re-drill it.
A few moments later.
So this is pretty much all we need to do. I've just ground out that completely so that I can get right in the bottom there and weld that up and slowly build that up, and then obviously we'll have the radius on the top. But for now, let's heat these things up so that I can start welding them. I like to put a bit of heat in them because my machine is not enormous. It's only a 220 amp. So if you've got a bigger machine that has more amperage, you can really smash the heat in there without heating up the body, but I don't have a machine that big, so I like to heat the body up, and that stops all this material from sucking the heat out of the weld zone. So I'm just gonna get my little burner and heat these up, and then we'll do some welding. Righto, these things are nice and hot now. What I want to go through, like I said, is I just want to get right in there to start with and get right in the bottom there and start my weld and just start to build it up on the way out. Now, to start with, we're going to go through and do like a bit of a junk pass, like I always like to do, just a run without any filler rod, and that brings all the shit to the surface, and then you can grind that off and finally get a good weld in there. So for this, to start with, I'm going to run it like maybe like 190 amps or so just to really get it started, get some heat in there, and then I'll probably turn that down a bit. So let's fucking see what it wants to do. Like I said, no filler rod to start with. I don't want to burn through the base, so we'll just see what this does. Have I got gas? I reckon do. Let's see what happens. Oh, of course I need an earth, you bloody idiot. What? Well, it doesn't look too bad in there. Let's just clean that up quickly. Alright, so I'm going to try and put some filler rod right in the back of it and start building it up. Alright, so it is taking some material, which is nice. Let's just keep working on it. Right, so I've pretty well got this thing filled up now. I'm just going to go through, turn this welder down a little bit and run it up and get sort of the profile I want, or pretty close to. And then this one's pretty well done. I just have to shape it. Righto, so I have welded up all my heads now. I have 3 out of 4 heads. This one is still pretty good. Someone's put a little insert in there, 5/16 UNC insert. I'm happy with that. I'm not going to fuck with it. So these other 3 that I've welded up, we want to go through and shape these now. We'll shape them before we go and put the hole in, and just so we get the right, profile and all that sort of jazz, so they look original again. So this little tool that I've got here, this is a tool that I've made to re-drill our holes. So the idea of this tool, I'll show you on the head that I haven't done. The idea of this tool is that it knocks in to your IE like that, and then this little boss that I've got here lines up your drill bit so you can drill the hole. So that makes sure the drill is straight and everything and gets in the right spot. So super simple little guy here. I will allow you guys to steal this and make your own at home. I just used a shovel manifold like that, put in a tiny bit of exhaust tube, and that's what locates it. And then I just drilled a hole with the drill bit that I want to drill into the heads so that it's perfect fit and I get a nice straight freaking drill. So if you do a few of these or even a set of these, this is a great little tool to make and you'll have it forever. I made this out of stainless so it'll never rust. Always do the job that I need it to, and I'll get these holes perfectly center and in the right spot every time. So I'm going to use the same tool to make my profile. So I've got a few little dags in here where I've penetrated through. I'm going to fix them up first, and then I'm going to hammer that in there, and then I'm going to mark my profile and start grinding it. Obviously, I'm going to do the top first. I'm going to use a grinder to get majority of this down, and then I'm going to put a file across the top to ensure it's perfectly flat with the rest of it. So let's start hacking some stuff up. Try that again. Righto, so all my manifolds now are all sanded up. They all look quite nice. I've sort of tried to make them look as factory as possible. A bit more sandpaper will probably make that thing look pretty good, but once it's been on the bike for a while and been riding, you won't even notice these little bits that I've fixed up. So you can see on this one, I have already tested my little tool. Works a treat. So let's go through, I'll show you one. Let's do this one together and so you can see how the little tool works. And then that is pretty well it for fixing these heads. I'm going to take these to the machine shop this morning, so I need to get these fucking things finished. So, wait, a couple of clamps on here, and then I'll knock my little tool in. So, once again, sweet little tool. You guys are welcome to steal that, but for the time being, see, it knocks in there just like that. And then our freaking drill bit here. So I have this thing in the right spot, all nice and flat. So all there is to do, works a freaking treat. Who came up with that, huh? You guys are fucking welcome. It's gonna make your life so fucking easy. So jam this back in, line it up a bit further. There we go, it's starting to come through in the next fin. So that is freaking deep enough. Now I know I'm fully redoing these things so I can put the right thread in, but I'm still gonna helicoil it. helicoils are still the stronger way to do this. So I'm going to helicoil this and then put studs in it so that the next person cannot just whack a bolt in it and fuck it again. So dodgy stuff, guys. I got the tap in the drill just to make my life a bit easier. Only into aluminium, she'll be right. I think I need to go, I might be right. Is it gonna go in? I need to go a little bit deeper. My tap is bottoming out. So, repeat process, go a little bit deeper. Alright, I think that's gone through a fin now. I don't know. Alright, let's tap it again. Much better. So, jam our little... You don't need to put Loctite on your freaking helicoils either. I saw a few people ask that. Helicoils won't back out. They sort of dig themselves back in when they try and back out. So, you'll never have one back out on you unless you fuck something or put a broken thread in there or something annoying like that. So, that is freaking it done. I'll show you this nice and close. So that is the end product there. Like I said, I sort of tried to make this as nice as possible so it looks as factory as possible. I added a bit more here because usually they're a bit thin. So I added a bit more there, sort of blended it into the fins there, and you can see the helicoil in there. It has turned out freaking super, super nice. So I'm really happy with that. So I'm gonna go through and do this last one, and then we are freaking done. That is ShovelHead's exhaust flange fix done. Okay guys, that is it fixing these shovel heads. I have all the inserts in now, all said and done, all good to go. I'm about to take these things to the engine shop to get the heads done. They need guides and stuff put in them. I don't have the tooling to put guides and new valves and stuff in, so I want to have it at some point, but I don't have it at the moment. So I have a buddy of mine going through these, get all these done, and then they will be going on engines and then back into bikes. So once again, guys, if you want to help support the channel, help me put my shed up, do all that sort of jazz, there is a link in the description to buy some shirts. Please go get yourself a shirt, free shipping in Australia. So that'll really help me out, and thanks for watching, guys.